Unit 1.
Famous Egyptians.
Listen and complete.
Let's do this quiz about famous people, shall we? Good idea. OK, Layla. The first person is Nabawiya Musa. Why was she famous? Because she was the first Egyptian woman to go to high school. That's right. And what did she do when she was older? She helped other women to succeed in education and work. Did she write books, Soha? Yes. She wrote a very famous book in 1908. It was about girls' education. She also became the headmistress of El Mohammediya School for Girls. So she was a really important person. Yes, she was. Now another question. This one is about a famous man. He's called Dr. Zahi Hawass. Do you know what he's famous for? Is he an archaeologist? Yes, he is. He's one of the most famous archaeologists in the world. I've seen him talking about the pyramids on television. Yes, he often speaks on radio and television, and he sometimes writes in the magazine, Egypt Today. Really? Yes. And do you know what he's interested in at the moment? No, I don't. Well, he wants to bring ancient things back to Egypt from museums in other countries. What kind of things? All kinds of things, like statues and jewellery, and of course the Rosetta Stone. Egyptian people don't see these things if they are in other countries.
Which two people do the speakers talk about? The speakers talk about Nabawiya Musa and Dr. Zahi Hawass. Why was Nabawiya Musa famous?
Because she was the first Egyptian woman to go to high school. What did she do when she was older? She helped other women to succeed in education and work. Did she write books, Soha? Yes, she wrote a very famous book in 1908. It was about girls' education. She also became the headmistress of El Mohammediya School for Girls.
Do you know what Dr. Zahi Hawass is famous for?
Yes, he's one of the most famous archaeologists in the world. He often speaks on radio and television, and he sometimes writes in the magazine, Egypt Today. He wants to bring ancient things back to Egypt from museums in other countries.
Give one word that means the following. A teacher who is a woman and the leader of a school.
Headmistress.
Things that people wear around their neck, fingers, etc.
Jewelry.
Very old, historical. Ancient. A shape, sometimes a person or animal made of stone, metal, wood, or other material. Statue. A person who studies buildings and tools from the past.
Archaeologist.
Complete these sentences with words from the list. Jewelry. The headmistress of my first school was a good teacher and a very clever woman. There are very big statues of the pharaohs at Luxor. Archaeologists from all over the world have visited Egypt to study the pyramids and other ancient buildings. Find 13 past forms of irregular verbs. Do, did. Do is the present of did. Wake, woke. Wake is the present of woke. Go, went. Go is the present of went. Eat, ate. Eat is the present of ate. See, saw. See is the present of saw. Come, came. Come is the present of came. Is, was. Is the present of was. Grow, grew. Grow is the present of grew. Leave, left. Leave is the present of left. Write, wrote. Write is the present of wrote. Break, broke. Break is the present of broke. Buy, bought. Buy is the present of bought. Teach, taught. Teach is the present of taught. Complete with the past simple form of the verbs. Ahmad Zwail was born in 1946 in Egypt where he grew up. He went to Alexandria University. He finished his studies in the United States in 1974. After this, Dr. Zwail worked at the University of California. In 1976, he became a professor at the California Institute of Technology. In 1998, at the age of 52, Dr. Zwail won the Benjamin Franklin Prize because he discovered the femtosecond, which is 1/1,000,000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second. Many scientists, students, and important people came to the ceremony and saw Dr. Zwail receive his prize. 2 years later, Dr. Zwail got the Nobel Prize for Chemistry. Give one word that means someone who travels in a spacecraft. Astronaut. The layer on the earth in which plants grow. Soil. The place outside the Earth's atmosphere. Space. Under the surface of the Earth. Underground. Taking pictures with a camera. Photography. Match the verbs and nouns. Score. A goal. Choose the correct answer. My When my sister was young, she played tennis every day. When I went on holiday, I always took a lot of photographs. The young men want to give up their jobs and become professional footballers, but they are not good enough. My football team won their match last week. They scored more goals than the other team. Plants grow better in soil than in sand. Our teacher is a real expert. She knows everything about Egyptian history. The Pan-Arab Games is a major international sports championship. When my cousin was 15, he won the junior tennis championship. Write questions about Dr. Farouk Elbaz. Use the present or past simple to complete the questions. How often does it rain in the Western Desert? When did heavy rain fall there? Who found underground water? What did he use to find the water? Where does Dr. Elbaz work? What is his job? When did Dr. Elbaz work on the Apollo space project? Which university did Dr. Elbaz study at?
Listen and complete.
Thank you, Dr. Farouk Elbaz. It only rains every 20 to 50 years in the Western Desert. However, 2 million years ago, very heavy rain fell there and a huge quantity of water collected under the desert sand. Today, we need this water, and the person we have to thank for finding it is one of the Egypt's most famous men, Dr. Farouk Elbaz. Remote sensing. Dr. Elbaz, who is a space scientist and a geologist, is the director of remote sensing at Boston University in the USA. He is the world's greatest expert in remote sensing, the use of satellites to find water under deserts. Underground water was found in the Western Desert and in Sinai thanks to photographs which he took from satellites.